We'll start with the weekly chart here. I just want to point out that the 2021 rising trend line, how we've broken that. So at least the shorter term uptrend has been broken despite what's taken place. We did recover the lows of May's crash this week, which is obviously a positive development. We're still way above the 50-week simple moving average, which also is very bullish on a long-term perspective. We don't have to deal with that heavy resistance associated with the strategically important moving average. Moving to the daily chart here, you'll see the breakdown from the clear breakdown from the symmetrical triangle on July 20th, and I believe we fell about 40% in just a few days, where we touched a 200-day simple moving average. One of the things that stands out about what's taken place here with price, if I can bring up this, is that we did see an explosion in volume on the 21st when we had the 29% day. It was well above average. I think it was 3 times average volume, and it was the first positive day with above average volume since the 26th of May. So obviously there was prominent investors, maybe institutional investors, that were involved with that rally. That's what you want to see. And it came off a notable oversold level as well. In the short term, really, there's 2 alternatives in my opinion. One is you could let the compression associated with this quick 29% run, allow it to filter out and use the pullback maybe into spot 7.4, which would correlate with the May 23rd low. That would probably be my area of preference for buying on weakness. However, one of the things that stands out on the 4-hour chart is that we had the rally and then we formed a pennant pattern here, which we are breaking out of today. So the opportunity is there even at this point, despite the breakout, that you could take the trade from the long side. I would go with a pilot buy, but you'll see that the June 22nd low is still important resistance. So I would be sticking to small positions. The upside potential from that June 22nd low, for me, really extends all the way up into the June 15th high, which is 175. That would give you about an 86% advance from around where the from the June 22nd low. That would be an optimal area. It'll have to surpass the declining 50-day simple moving average. But once again, one of the advantages that MATIC has is it's not dealing with a rapidly declining 50-day simple moving average, and it's not below the 200-day. So it could turn up a lot easier than in the case of some other cryptocurrencies and become support rather quickly. On the downside, really, I don't see much support until we get down into this level here, which actually correlates with the March 11th high. That March 11th high comes in at spot 5.4. That's really the maximum downside for me at this point. I wouldn't be looking for anything more. If we do see a complete turnover to the downside and a collective sell-off in the cryptocurrency market, then we could maybe entertain the idea of it coming down to 38.20. But I think that due to the impulsiveness of this move, the definite demonstration of commitment from more prominent investors off a extreme oversold condition and better positioning, particularly on the longer term charts in relationship to the 50-week simple moving average, I think puts MATIC in a position where it can begin to entertain bullish outcomes moving forward. Maybe you need some patience to resolve this resistance associated with the June 22nd low, which comes in at spot 9.2. Otherwise, it should be upwards and better outcomes for MATIC.
Yeah, I think that pennant formation that you just mentioned there is a really good find. I kind of missed that since I've stopped looking for patterns. So it'll be really interesting to watch if MATIC actually does that, while most of the cryptocurrencies are going for a pullback. Right, so from a 6-hour time frame, MATIC has still not formed a sell signal. So I think it could kind of be playing in favor of this pennant that you just mentioned. But I do, after such a massive rally, I think I'm expecting a pullback, which I think is gonna reverse around the 0.78 cents level. Right. As for the upside, I want to see it go above the 1.25 level. Only then will I kind of have, maybe after it breaches the 1.25 level, I think I could probably add more on the pullback that comes after sweeping these highs here. But if it doesn't do that, if it forms a, so this is what I'm looking at, just, yep, a pullback. I'm not quite, hold up. So a sweep above this high 1.25 and then go lower. I'm going to add somewhere here to my position and then hit the 1.43 level, right? So beyond this point, this seems like a good idea to take profit, offload a couple of my position, a bit of my position, and then the 1.72 level. I think, hold on. Yeah, sweep above this. If we close above this, I think the sweep above this is easy to attain, right? Yeah, but if I'm being a little too cautious, a 14% retracement should follow with a 28-30% upswing, because we had a lot of taps at these support levels and then we finally flipped below it. So I think this is going to pose a decent level of resistance to the uptrend, right? So as a scalp, I would do this seems like a really good scalp to take.